with Martyr for Madison.
If you have a topic that you'd like to hear us weigh in on, just leave us a comment on whatever social media that you saw this podcast shared, and then we'll pick a few of them out for the next episodes.
Do you want to play one of these games?
Yeah, I'll play one of the games. You want to play a game?
I don't want to play your stupid game.
Dude, we have that on an Instagram post. Me
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
"You want to play a game?"
Yeah, that was an underappreciated post. That was hilarious.
All right, this one's top 3. I keep drawing the name for it, though.
Dude, I watched that fucking video though you posted. Those two handicapped guys.
Oh,
Dude! Yeah, let's talk about that a second.
That was fucking hilarious.
Was it supposed to be funny? Because
I think so, because I laughed my ass
All
off.
had to do was pull the chair back.
Yeah, man, but he
Oh my
ripped
God.
out the chair, and then when his legs go up over his head, dude, I die.
Dude, when he grabbed, okay, guys, when he grabbed the pants and realized there was no leg, and he like threw the pants like that, he was gonna capture this dude by the legs, and it's just an empty pant leg. He's like,
Didn't have any goddamn legs.
I lost it, dude. I'm like, oh my
I wanna
God.
know what sparked that fight between those two handicapped dudes.
What was he hitting him with, like an umbrella or
It looked
something?
like a baton. I swear to God, he was hitting him with a
We
fucking
should
baton.
share when we release this podcast. We should share the video with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
No, that
Why
makes
don't we put
sense.
why don't we put the video up so people will know what we're talking about and they can look at it?
I agreed with you.
Yeah.
Like 6 times.
Yeah, man. Well, he was giving me eyes like he didn't agree.
Sorry about my eyes, man.
Yeah.
You should have seen the way he was staring at me during the set, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was intense.
I did that to AC too, though. Like, I didn't even realize it. And he's like, "You're fucking mean mugging me. What's up?" And I wasn't even looking at him. I was just like,
You're just playing music and you lose track of what you're doing. You just find yourself staring at something. I don't know. It was hard. It's hard for me, though. That's what I was saying. When I'm playing guitar and I'm trying to do backup vocals, like, that's 2 things. That's like patting your head and rubbing your stomach kind of thing. I can't do a third thing, which is avoid awkward contact with Ryan.
He just stares into his soul.
Just like stare right at you, dude. And I realize I shouldn't be doing it, but I can't stop. It was pretty funny, though.
It made me think I was doing something wrong. I was like, what
Made me
the
laugh.
fuck?
And then once I start laughing, you can't sing. And then I lost track of the second thing that I was
Fucking
doing.
lose everything. It just goes downhill.
All right, what you got, Ryan?
I got celebrities I'd like to smash. And I just want to point out again, this one's not a gay question, but every question is about who I would bang or what I would bang. You know, I'm always banging something in this game.
And we're just gonna assume that you're gonna go straight for the butthole on these people.
Get me started on butthole.
You're a butthole warrior.
Dude, I'd probably have to say Jennifer Aniston, Zooey Deschanel, and Mila Kunis.
Those are good ones, man. I agree with all 3 of those.
Solid, man.
Especially because Jennifer Aniston does not age, dude. She's
sexy.
so hot.
Like, I watch Friends because of her.
Yeah, man.
It's all right, but like Jennifer Aniston.
It was funny. They always had her like nipping out, right, in the first couple
Yeah,
seasons.
dude.
Yeah, dude. All the
They
time.
did that on purpose, right?
I don't care.
No, I mean like
He's
They're like-
I'm
acting,
sure they
yeah.
did.
that's
had
what
to
they
have
could
been-
get away with at the time, so that's what they did.
It's fucking 90s.
It had to have been a choice because every
Well,
producer, when they're looking through the shots, they see it.
Show who her character is too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's who she was as a character. She's getting you hard in the pants, isn't she?
She's starting to show
It's a good thing we don't have cameras because Nate has an erection right now.
He's just
I didn't even bring her up. This guy did.
you're the one over there getting an awkward boner, getting all shy.
His face is all red. He's
Just
sweating
wang
really
out, bro.
bad.
Yep.
You know, what'd be cool if jeans had a secret pocket designed for you to hide your boners in.
You know, I'm pretty sure in what movie is that? He figures out a way to tuck his boner up.
Well, you always can tuck it
Yeah,
up
super
into your-
bad. You tuck it into your
You
waistband.
can always
Waistband,
tuck it into the
and nobody
waistband.
ever knows. Like, how many people tried that?
I've done that, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, for
you-
sure.
After that movie,
I've
came
had
out,
to do that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, big time.
I literally can't stand up right now unless
then,
I do this.
But then it gets really
Right
risky.
now, right now?
No, not right now,
I was
but
gonna
like
say,
I've been in
damn,
that.
Like, I was joking about the boner thing.
Okay, so but if you put up in your waistband, you always run the risk of of your shirt lifting up and you see the tip of your dick.
so true. That movie's hilarious.
That's such a good movie.
It's a classic.
I'll do a top 3 here. Top 3 things that made you throw up. That's what I got to answer.
Oh.
So probably the number one thing is tequila.
Oh, okay, that's where you're
I
going
got
with it.
super sick on tequila one time, and like now every time, even the smell of a margarita just turns my stomach, man. It's just, that one gets me. I can't do tequila. Whiskey's pretty bad too, but tequila's the worst for sure. And then what else makes me throw up?
Stinky ass pussy.
I totally just ignored the fact that he said that because I was trying to think of what else makes me throw up. I was like, I haven't thrown up from
At
that
that point,
one.
I couldn't help but laugh.
There's definitely like something about raw tomatoes that makes me want to throw up. I have a gag
Really?
reflex to raw
Man,
tomatoes.
I love raw tomatoes.
Like if you were to just take a bite out of a tomato, that would probably
Yeah.
make me throw up too.
Dude,
Like a whole
it
tomato.
literally makes my gag. I literally have a gag reflex
It's like
from
a
that.
sneeze,
It-
dude. Like the inside of it, it's like the consistency of a sneeze. You ever sneeze in your hands? That's what a tomato feels
I
like.
think what it was is when I was like probably in like 3rd grade or so, I got sick on spaghetti, and the spaghetti sauce wasn't like fully
It's
cooked out.
chunky.
Like they didn't fully cook out the rawness of the tomato yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I think that's the only thing I can kind of relate it back to. But now raw tomatoes, man. If I get a raw tomato, I literally like.
Do that again.
Was he
Oh, yeah, it looks like you're sucking a wiener
Oh,
when you
okay.
do that.
Sorry to. Sorry to.
That's okay.
All right, and then the third thing, top 3 things that makes me throw up. I would say probably just like illness, I guess, is the third thing. You know, just regular old-fashioned stomach flu. I don't know. Maybe just overall drinking too much.
Yeah.
I throw up from that. It really sucks when you throw up the next day.
Piggyback off the first thing. So
I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else makes me throw up other than like just illness, I guess. Then is that better?
Cleaning up dog vomit.
I really don't. I really don't like that, but I don't.
Fucking puke, man.
You remember sitting in the basement at his old house?
Yeah, dude.
Hearing him upstairs. What is it?
Especially when the dogs eat shit outside and they puke that back up.
Yeah.
Worst fucking shit ever.
So nasty.
It is so gross. Why do dogs do that? They're so nasty. If it weren't for that, dogs would be like 10% cooler to me.
I
Yeah,
agree.
dude, you sent me that video of what Coffee threw up on the fucking vent a couple
Dude,
weeks ago. And
what was that?
I don't know, but I watched it and I was like, I can smell it from here. It's a video.
Dude, it didn't smell like shit though. It looked like it could have been though. I don't
There's
know.
times where my dogs have puked on something and like you could not get that smell out.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Totally.
yeah.
Oh yeah. That couch I had, that brown couch.
The wrap it up?
Yeah.
Threw
It
it
had
up.
a spot. Yeah, I fucking got rid of it, man.
I always
Even
figure.
after Sasha put all that work into it, remember Gus ate the shit out of it and Sasha sewed it. But there's that one spot that Roscoe fucking puked on. And you could just, every once in a while, someone would walk by and be like,
The fuck was
God
that?
damn it, you knew what it was. Get rid of this fucking thing.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, we've had to. I always figure like at this point, if you have dogs, and I have a small child too now, furniture's just it's done after like 4 years. I'm just planning on replacing
If
it.
that, dude.
Yeah,
Jace
I mean,
is a monster to the couch. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, stop jumping on the fucking couch.
Right.
I swear to God, if we have to have this talk again.
I'm gonna sit on your head and fart.
Stop jumping on the fucking couch, dude. It's not a goddamn jungle gym. Go outside.
That's what my brother used to do to me. My older brother, he used to fucking pin me down, sit on my head, and rip a fart.
Oh man, that's brutal.
He did that all the fucking time.
That's brutal, man.
What a dick, huh?
That's pretty rude. Did you ever fart in your mouth?
Oh.
Nah, I was mostly excited ahead, so I guess I got that going for me.
It just like poofed around in your face though.
Just like in this area, above
Dude,
the
my
ear.
brother used to sit on my chest and fucking poke me in the forehead. That shit pissed me
Oh,
off
yeah,
so
that
goddamn quick.
Chinese torture. That's what they call it.
Typewriter, if you get the typewriter, you guys get that one? That's what my brother called it. He'd pin my arms down and then on my chest.
Yeah, I got that one too.
It like for 10 seconds you're like, this is no problem, and then the finger poking just eventually it's just ow, and then it's like, it's fucking torture. Get off of me. It's so bad.
Dude, I remember my brother and my cousin one time pinned me down and bent my legs backward and took my underpants and stretched them around my feet. And I could not fucking get up for like 10 fucking minutes. They let me struggle.
How does that
and
even
finally
happen?
I ended up like snapping the waistband. And I was like, I fucking hate you guys. And I ran away fucking naked. So my underwear just fucking snapped off. Dude, like, my brother was a dick.
That's awesome. I used
They
to.
called it hog time.
Oh,
Pissed
okay.
me off, dude. Happened more than once. I didn't like it.
I would hold.
Well, after they got you for 10 minutes, they're like, we gotta see that again.
It was bullshit, dude.
I would pin
My
my.
mom's like, what happened to your underwear? Why are they in pieces on the floor? Because your son's an asshole, Mom. That's why. I had to run naked through the house.
It's that younger brother shit. That's what Ryan and I got.
Dude, I was tortured.
Tom's the older brother, though.
I was trying to say I was gonna. I used to hold them down and pretend I was gonna spit on them and like honk loogies, and like let them just dangle over their face.
Both of them?
You ever miss?
What
And,
the
like,
fuck? Do you ever drop one
drop
right
it?
on his
No,
face? Dude,
I don't
would
think
Of course he
so.
did.
your
Of course he did.
asses. Oh my god.
Maybe I don't remember now.
Dude,
You're bigger. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I didn't really have a. Then my brother got a lot bigger. My brother.
did you and your brother ever get into like fist fights?
No.
Dude, me and my brother used to beat the shit out of each other.
Really?
I remember one time we were actually playing Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo, and he just like over and over again, he kept beating me. And I took the controller and I smacked him in the face with it, and I ran away. And he fucking chased me. And like by the end of it, I had a bloody lip. His eye was bruised. Like my mom was pulling us apart. And I think I was like 7. Like,
How
we
much
were
older is your brother?
4 years, so it would have been like 11.
Okay.
I think
It's a pretty big size difference.
I've gotten
Dude,
in
he used to
more.
whoop my ass all the time.
No, my brother was like a grown adult compared to me. He was 5 years older. So pretty close to.
Yeah, it's
like-
almost exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean he was a giant compared to me. I could never compete with him physically. It was
Yeah, dude.
now I'm taller than him.
Until I hit like 16, my brother was bigger than me. But then I hit 16 and I got bigger than him. And like we still got into fights up until I was like 18 or 19, like fist fights.
Man, my brother always used to walk by me, just bam, just shoulder punch me with his knuckle. But he'd always try to get right in between the two, where the muscle fibers are, with his knuckle. Just drive it right in, man. Fucking that shit stung, dude. That fucking punch to the shoulder, just like, go, why? Man, what the fuck's wrong with you? I don't know why you do that.
Their dicks.
I liked that.
What was the reason that you would do that stuff, Tom?
Yeah.
It was just fun. It was a lot of
You're a
fun.
piece of shit.
I used to really like to when I'd go across the street to our neighbors, and me and my sister both had friends across the street. But then when it would get dark, my mom would want me to walk my sister back.
And you'd fucking run.
Oh, what I'd do is I'd push her down in the grass, and then I'd sprint back and be like, "The monsters are gonna come out and get you!" And I'd push her down, and then I'd sprint home and beat her so she couldn't get in and like lock the doors. So she'd be pounding on the back door, couldn't get in, thinking the monsters are coming.
That's fucked up.
Or if she was like riding her bike, sometimes you just push her into the grass. Maybe I did that to my brother. I don't remember.
I wonder what the thought process is when you do that, because
It's
I didn't
just-
have anybody to do
You
that
really just
to.
assert your dominance,
Huh.
It's really
I'm
just
bigger than you.
you've got nothing better to do, and when you're like really bored, you gotta like find ways to entertain yourself.
Oh.
So you just pick on your younger siblings.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like even as a younger brother, like there were some times I probably did some shit just to provoke him too.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember
probably.
being out front one time. You remember those airplanes that you would build out of like foam, and then it has a little stick with a rubber band. You
Yeah,
fucking shoot it.
we have those.
Dude, there was one time I don't know what we were doing, but I had one of those, and my brother said something, and I pulled it back and just shot him right in the fucking eye, and I ran away. Like, there was no pretext to it. I just fucking pow. Like, that's what you get, motherfucker. Pow.
That's funny. I did something fucked up to my brother one time too. Like, he just aggravated me too far one time, and I was sitting at the kitchen table or dining room table, drawing. Like, I had a piece of paper and pencil, and I was just drawing. He comes up over to me, and he's like bugging me. He's like hitting me, and I just turn around, and I just sharpened that motherfucking pencil, and I just jabbed it into his arm. He still, to this fucking day, has...
Dude, there's a lot of people that have that
He has
the
lead.
pencil in their
Yeah,
skin.
he's got a
How many
gray-
times
Right
they
in
got-
my hand, dude.
From how many times they got stabbed at school?
Yeah, he's got this gray little lead mark in his arm. Like, the one time I got him back, and it like permanently scarred him.
Lucky you. I got a bunch of scars from my brother. The one on my cheek.
Oh
was,
damn! No.
we were playing hide and seek in like a Meyer or a Target or something. I don't remember. I was like 4 or 5, and I hid in a rack of clothes. And I don't remember exactly what happened, why I jumped out, but I jumped out, and his thumbnail was long enough to fucking cut me all across my cheek. We had to leave the store and shit. It was fucked up. I bled all over everything.
Wait, you jumped into his thumbnail?
Yeah, like I was hiding in the rack of clothes. We were playing hide and seek, and I jumped out, and he got startled.
Oh, I see.
Like,
He threw his arms
whipped his
back.
arm up, but it fucking cut me. Like it's still a pretty big scar.
Yeah, man,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
And then like the one through my eyebrow. We were playing football one time, and I went to tackle my brother because he had the ball, but he put his head down and plowed me right in the fucking eyebrow. I got like 35 stitches on the outside, 24 on the inside. And when they brought me to the med center, they were like, "No, we can't work on this because it's too close to your eye. You might lose it or look really disfigured afterwards." And I'm like 13. I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm fucking dying. What the fuck?" And then we get to the ER and like they showed me my skull and everything. It was pretty fucking crazy. Like the skin rolled back into my eye socket. It
Yeah,
was
man.
fucked up, dude.
I always wondered why you look so fucking dumb.
Yeah, dude. That's why like trimming my eyebrows up. I can't do them even ever because there's this giant ass scar through the left one.
I honestly never even noticed that.
I didn't
scar.
really even notice that
Yeah,
either.
dude.
Just-
You gotta,
It's like
look-
it's in your eyebrow.
Yeah, dude. It's
I didn't even notice.
literally like my entire eyebrow almost.
Oh.
But yeah.
Did they put you out for all that?
No, dude. Couple shots of numbing shit right into the fucking forehead.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. That shit hurt. That was the only time I cried because like my body went into fucking shock when I got hit. It lifted me off the ground. And I fucking fell down and, just blood everywhere.
Did you get a concussion?
No.
Huh.
Surprisingly not. Like, it just fucking rocked me good. He must have a sharp spot on top of his head, but dude, it busted me open. Like, I didn't go to school for a week and a half, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, it was fucked up. Like, my whole face swelled up. It was bad. I was in 5th
crazy.
grade.
we got 2 more top 3s for you guys if you want.
Yeah, dude, like, I'm getting sweaty sitting here. Are you gonna hurry up?
You're sweaty?
Dude, it's hot. Like, I'm moist.
It's not hot down here. It's comfortable.
Dude, like,
Very
just,
I guess you don't have to do top 3.
I don't know, maybe I'm still kind of wet from the set,
Getting wet from the set,
I'm so wet from the set.
You're pretty glossy.
Dude, like, right? I'm feeling it, man. It's hot.
All right, Ace is gonna
It's
do
the
a
middle
top
of
3.
summer.
Top 3 bands of all time.
Ooh, okay, P. Rated G.
Rated
Rated G for AC.
Like, every question I get, who you fucking? Whose dick you sucking?
This next one is sponsored by Pampers.
When was the last time you were at Disneyland? Fuck you. Draw another one.
I don't know.
Top 3 bands of all time?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
I feel like I can pick your top 3 favorite bands of all time. Really easily.
Yeah, what would you say?
I would say you would pick Limp Bizkit, Korn, and Deftones.
No.
No, come on, dude.
None of those 3?
I think Deftones would be in there.
You're saying
I
that
would've
you wouldn't
guessed
pick any of those
Deftones,
3?
too.
I thought you
They definitely
loved
have
Korn.
Great albums and stuff, but like top 3.
Like Miley Cyrus.
Party in the USA.
Yeah.
Actually, this
is
is
tough.
DJ Drama.
This is tough. Do you guys actually have top 3s?
Mine are always changing. I'd probably tell you my top 3 right now.
Is it albums or artists?
Huh?
Was it albums?
Artists.
Top 3 albums or
Bands.
top 3 bands?
Top 3 bands.
Yeah.
Top 3
See,
bands
that
of
would be
all
harder.
time. It is of all time
Of
though,
all
so it's
time.
like you gotta
That's tough, man.
you gotta call it out. Like you gotta call your
I
shot,
would say
man.
Korn would probably be one of them. For sure.
Dude, I feel like Deftones is on your list.
They have a couple good albums. But as far as like listening, like
He loves Limp Bizkit, though. I think you're onto something there.
yeah, but I wouldn't say
It's not your top.
no. As far as a band, Limp Bizkit has my favorite album of all time, $3 Billy. That's fucking
Dude,
dope ass
that
album.
fucking album is
I don't
great.
care. But they're not they wouldn't be my top 3 bands.
So who would be?
Right.
I don't know. Rage Against the Machine.
I would say that one probably in my top 3 too.
It's tough.
You only have a top 2? Korn and
Okay, I'm just gonna go with modern. I guess I'm gonna pick a modern band. Just throw it in there. I like Issues.
Oh yeah, you do. You really do like Issues a lot.
Did you wanna? You're looking at me like you want to tell me your top 3 now.
No.
Okay.
I feel like you definitely gave it some thought though while he was thinking about his.
Why do you say that?
I don't know because you had this look.
Yeah, he's just.
same
I think
look
he's
that-
been
I
just
feel like
spaced
that
out.
Almost
Yeah.
like kind of like
You all started thinking of your band.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
of course.
of course.
I could
You're
tell.
naturally gonna start thinking of it.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know who I'd put in there. It'd be tough not for me to put the Color Morale in there.
Oh, that's a good one.
I really like them. They just got so many good songs.
My favorite are Hanson, Chiodos. I don't know what the third would be. Maybe I really, 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 really liked Brand New. But I really only loved like maybe it's just like one album, Deja Entendu. So
What about
that might be
what
what
that
about
might
Tiny
be-
Moving Parts?
Tiny Moving Parts is definitely one of my favorites. But again, it's not like they're my favorite band of all time. They've just put out one of my top like 10 favorite.
What about
records.
L.A. Dispute?
Wait, what's your top 3 again?
It's a lot of dispute.
I like
know, I'm not an
Hanson.
idiot.
Chiodos.
What was the other one?
I didn't think of a third one yet. We were talking
okay.
about Tiny Moving Parts, but I think it's like Brand New, where it's just like they have one of my favorite albums. So maybe that doesn't really quite work. I do like a lot of
Your boy,
Dispute.
the DJ Skrillex.
DJ
His band.
Khaled. Oh,
band.
From First to Last. But it's like again, it's not like I love all From First to Last discography. I really love one of their albums.
So if I wasn't to maybe name my top favorite bands, but say who do I think the greatest bands are, like as far as just like musicianship and just being rock stars and just, I would have to put Foo Fighters in there.
Yeah,
Even though they're not like that's not my favorite. I think like if you're talking like greatest rock bands of all time or greatest bands of all time,
That's kinda like-
I would definitely put Foo Fighters in the top 3.
that's like going into like stadium rock kind of.
I just mean just overall musicianship,
Oh, yeah.
quality. Like they're just
Right,
but they're rock
not a
stars,
set
man.
genre on any of those.
They're good at doing rock and roll though. Like they're good.
They're,
For sure.
That's what I mean. They're just all fantastic musicians. Like
Yeah.
if you ever watch any of their live performances, they're just on point.
Did you
And they're
see-
still putting out hits, man. Like their albums are still coming out.
Dude, did you see that
Hot.
video recently of him falling off stage?
Yeah.
He's drinking that beer. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But I mean,
I
like,
like
just
that.
him as a musician alone.
I don't really care about Nirvana, so let's not talk about
Right,
that.
but I mean, even just everything he's done is fucking ridiculous.
No, yeah, I agree.
Like, he's been fucking huge since what, like 1990? Like 1990? Or,
Yeah, no,
or
later
was
than
it-
that. Because he joined
or
the
was it
band
91?
for the Nevermind CD. Do you remember when that came out?
Is that 93?
Was it that late? I think that's when he joined the band.
Dude, 93 or 94.
Okay. So they were somewhat established when he joined. I saw some documentary on Netflix about that, but That's-
Nevermind is 91.
Oh wow.
So yeah, like 91.
yeah,
I
so
mean,
you were probably right
that's
on in 1990. He probably joined the band or something like that.
fucking years. That's when I was born. So my entire life, he's been fucking huge. Like just
Yeah, that's
rock star
crazy.
overall.
I think he's still doing interesting things. That's why I would put, and he, like what AC was saying, they're just great. Like they always put on a great performance. And they're
Yeah, I
just
guess he's
good.
really down to earth too. Like I saw an interview of
Yeah.
why he keeps his head so clear all the time. And he's like, it's because I got kids and they don't give a shit about my music.
All right, so time you got a top 3.
Oh, let me pick one. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do this one.
Sucks, doesn't it?
You drew it. You do it.
You probably wrote it, so go fuck
I think
yourself.
I did write it.
He's like, this question was for Ryan. Fuck you.
Top 3
Yeah.
times you shit yourself.
No, it's shameful places you've busted loads.
Oh no!
Thank God I didn't get this question.
Shameful places you busted load.
He's got a lot of them too. So
Yeah, I gotta rack them up and see which ones are the most appropriate to tell.
Appropriate? No, that's the 3 worst ones, man.
No,
The worst ones.
you can't.
Yeah, like the church confessionals, dude.
Wait, maybe I did it. I might have done it in church. I don't remember. There's been some times. Okay,
Casey's like, what?
I'll
But
say.
you know he's got a lot of them. 'Cause last time he was like, "Yeah, dude, I used to jerk off like every hour."
No, I didn't say that. What are you talking about?
No, he said you just couldn't stop jerking off.
What the fuck are
You
you
jerked
talking
off in a
about?
public restroom or some shit because you just had to fucking jerk off.
That's what one of them is. Yeah.
Public restroom?
Yeah.
He's talking, what are you talking about?
It was
That's all.
I think it was at. Oh
Please say Denny's.
no, no, no. Okay. I'm just trying to recall the information correctly to tell the story correctly, but it was in my youth. It was, I was probably like a teenager, like 13, 14.
Dude, we all busted
We
loads
went-
during that time we're not proud of.
I think it was at Disney. It would have been Disney or like Nickelodeon hotel or something like that. We went to a place and stayed overnight, and there was a lot of chicks in bikinis, and I just couldn't fucking control myself, so I had to like immediately like run to like the pool bathroom and just squeak one out in there. Especially
say squeak one out, I imagine like
yeah, very high pitched. But dude, yeah, that's when you feel like so animalistic when you're just like when you're a kid in like Florida and you're like there's like people wearing like European style cut bathing suits and shit like that. Oh man, it's almost like it's so frustrating you can't even enjoy your time. I couldn't even go down the slides and be happy
Oh, you're happy.
at the Nick Hotel. No, I was ashamed.
because that's one.
Oh no. Okay. One time I had to jerk off when I was driving to stay awake. Have you guys ever had to do that?
I mean, not to stay awake. I've done it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
It was because I wanted to masturbate at that time.
Okay.
Like just driving on the road, just plowing out, dude.
No, I was.
But it was to stay awake because afterwards I'm gonna be tired, man. I'm not gonna want to keep driving. Fuck that.
No, this was because my eyes were shutting, so they kept shutting, and I was like getting nervous. I
I
was
need to
gonna,
masturbate now.
I was gonna drift off the road because I kept hitting rumble strips, and so I was like, "What's something that would like? What's the one thing that will make me focus on not being asleep?" And it was pornography.
You were looking at porn.
Well, no, I
You,
just put
set
it
your
on.
phone on your dash.
I just put it
just
on.
driving, just
Yeah, and then I started
Just
just
hear the
jerking
voice.
it.
Just
Yeah,
the
just
voice.
exactly. Yeah, just kind of get glimpses of tit every once in a while. That one was bad. Yeah, but I had to. I was gonna die if I didn't.
I'm sorry, officer. If I didn't masturbate now, I would have died.
I mean, I couldn't pull over. I had to be somewhere.
You can't stop and rub one out. You gotta do it on the way.
Yeah.
I've been there, dude.
Okay, and then third, God, I can't. Those are the two that I remember the easiest. I'll have to really dig deep into my subconscious for this one. Maybe I'll get the next one in therapy.
Well, what if I ask you a direct question?
Okay, go ahead. And that
Have
might.
you ever masturbated in high school? Like in school?
No, but that prompted the other one. I've jerked off at work before. I was
Well, I mean,
really
who
bored. It was nothing else
well,
to
you
do.
have to.
No, I said, well, who hasn't?
Oh.
Jerk off at work?
You tell me you never been at work and just been like, all right, yeah.
I'm fucking bored. I need to go work out.
I haven't
Work
done
this
that
one
one.
out.
All right, well, at least we're on the same
Okay,
page
we're
with
on
this,
high
yeah.
five for that.
I've always worked with like a bunch of dudes, man.
Yeah, but you never just got bored.
Dude, there was one time I worked at a really small gas station that like wouldn't get customers for like hours on end.
And once you've
the
cleaned
security
and all
tape
that
was
shit.
a VHS. After like 2 hours, it would pop out, and they'd be like, "Well, you need to restart it." And I'd be like, "All right, hold on, gonna go blow a load in the sink."
What? Oh my god. That's brutal, dude.
That shit happens. That's what happens when the cameras go down to the gas station.
It's worse than I imagined.
You're a terrible human.
No, I mean, never mind. Not about you specifically, but that's what happens in gas stations.
Oh, dude, this was a tiny gas station.
As you're like looking, you're like trying to beat this one out. As you're looking at the tornadoes, they're just turning.
No, dude, you gotta go
On
in
the
the back
grill?
room.
Oh.
So that way when the door opens, you can fucking
What? You didn't even have a locked door?
dude,
You didn't have
You are
a
a
locked
savage.
I
door?
could have locked the door.
You're a
but-
savage.
Wow, dude. You are living dangerously. That's crazy.
That got your
Door
heartbeat
opens,
going?
it dings, you fucking. Fuck, I gotta stop.
Was a good part.
Oh,
Was a
there's
cool.
nobody else at work with you.
No, it was a.
Oh, okay.
That Clark station?
I wasn't trying to say the name of it.
You're gonna get specific
We're
here.
gonna track it down.
That was pretty Pacific.
I don't know
Pretty
what laws
Pacific.
about masturbating at work, or if there is any, because no one's ever done it before.
Was that a public restroom?
No, I wasn't in the bathroom. I was in the back room.
Oh, back room.
Back room, not. I didn't know.
Was that part of the thrill for you though?
No, like I just.
You didn't get any extra thrill
so,
from
like,
it?
dude. It was literally
Doing it in
there was
public?
no manager on the shift. Like I would come
Yeah.
into work, we'd have like a 20-minute changeover, and the other person would leave, and you're just standing there behind the counter. It's a 4 foot by 6 foot fucking gas station.
What if someone fucking robbed you while you were
Let 'em
jerking
take
off in
it,
the
dude.
back?
I'll blow a load as they steal the cash. I don't care.
That'd be a hard one to explain.
Like, why aren't you there? You don't want to know.
All right, well that's
But yeah, like I'm not ashamed about that.
that's my top
Fuck
three.
it.
That's we found out Ryan's jerked off in a couple places. I have too. It's pretty cool. Feel pretty
I
connected.
mean, the reason I asked you about the high school one is because I've done that.
I don't remember
In high
doing
school,
it.
Like, I just gotta leave. I just gotta go.
You know what I think? I think someone did that really early in high school, or maybe 8th grade, and then it got word got out that he had jerked off like 10 times in the bathroom, and so then people started being like, "Oh, like I didn't want to be known as the kid that, jerked off in the bathroom," so I never
I don't
did it.
remember kids jerking off at school and in high school.
Me neither.
I don't remember that ever coming up.
So I don't think it was ever a thing at my school either. But like, I definitely.
But you made it a thing.
Sitting in math class, not nowhere, you get a fucking raging boner, and you're just like, dude, I gotta go take care of this.
Yeah, man, I hear
Okay,
that.
I've been there, but you just tuck that away, man. You just
You just
No,
put it in the
just
save
waistband.
that for the spank bank, dude.
Right, put it in the waistband.
Later
when
that
it's
night.
like fucking 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, this boner's not going away. These notes have been going
Well,
on
it
for like
will.
40 minutes. No,
It will if you ignore it.
you can't ignore this boner.
Sometimes when sometimes it just happens. The way your jeans are sitting and you got a little extra friction that's
Dude,
making
it
your ding
rubs
dong
just
sit.
one time, and you're just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Go away.
All I did was stand up. And almost like hard.
Dude, seriously, the one that got me the most was sitting in math class taking notes, and out of nowhere, you just fucking.
I know exactly what you're
And
talking
you're like,
about.
dude, the fuck?
Dude, I'm trying to
Like,
read and
You
take
know what
notes.
would always get me in high school? It was whenever I danced with girls. Dude, that shit got embarrassing because I
Start
knew
dancing far away.
Push your way slowly. Like,
that shit was embarrassing because they knew it. They knew it.
Did you jizz in your pants?
No, you just get real hard, but there's no fucking. You're standing straight up, dude. There's no hiding that shit. Like you're clearly erect.
Yeah.
you ever get erect in gym class?
That's really hard to hide.
Sitting down watching the girls do all them stretches and just out of nowhere.
I guess I don't remember that specifically.
I was just
I
gonna
mean,
say, I'm sure.
I definitely do, dude.
Probably.
I do.
I
for
feel
sure.
like I would always shut my mind off before I got full chub. I'd just be like, I can't get hard here. And
I loved it when
stop.
girls would wear the Sophie shorts and just roll them a couple times, and they got their booties hanging out. They spread their legs and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it didn't even take that much, dude. Just
Well,
seeing girls walk out in tighter pants, and I'm just, teenager, and it's like, oh my god.
They wear a lot of revealing shit when they're that age. That's like torture for teenagers.
Yeah, man, it's brutal.
I think that's why I had to masturbate so much. Just go abuse myself.
Dude, it was for your own good.
Don't look me in the eye when you say that.
It was for his own education. It was for educational purposes.
Sweating even more.
Like you couldn't focus. You ever jerked off anywhere weird?
No. I
No.
don't think so. No.
What? Come on.
Maybe I'm just a horny
I mean, I've
spaz
always
when
had,
you see
I've
me,
always
but-
had a place to do it at.
Yeah, man, but
Right, but like you've never been in like high school or just somewhere inconvenient and just been super fucking horny.
yeah, man, you know
You
it's gonna
just
be like
have to take care
hours
of
before
yourself.
you can, hours and hours before you can
Nah, I
figure
just
it
be
out.
Like, well, shit, I'll fucking wait till I get home, you know? And
I
then
don't
you
have
just
that
tear
kind of
it up.
self-control, dude.
Yeah, man, you got a lot of
I have
patience.
to abuse myself.
I
all
guess-
over the place. That's bad because I'm not even kidding, dude.
Man, that's fucked up.
I like abusing myself. Leave me alone.
Some of us are primal.
Why do you keep calling it abusing yourself? You're like,
Just keep,
I hate you so much.
Just gonna go and physically abuse myself.
I just hear the thwop of you punching your dick like a punching bag, like.
Yeah, well, I definitely beat off in some shameful places, but it wasn't my question, so fuck y'all.
One time I put my dick in a bird feeder.
Like,
I wonder if my dick would fit in this.
Yeah, I was just like, this is a
What are you,
hole.
Officer
Did it have seat
Doofy
in
from Doofy? Doofy, stop fucking the vacuum! He comes out on his fucking dick.
did it have seat in it?
Is there a story
There's
you're
no
gonna
seed
share
in
with
it.
this?
Is there a
there's-
bird in there to peck your dick?
I mean, what's
No, I don't know
what's the
if I want-
context
What's the
here
point
of
of
this?
putting it in there?
Well, I just wanted to see if it would fit, number one.
Like,
Number
hold
two-
on. What size hole are you talking? Like, is it like?
I don't remember, man. I made it in wood shop.
out his girth right now, man.
Well, no. Like, I feel like
Was it this big and then did it fit?
so. Like,
Yeah, man, why do you wanna
hole
know
is
so
pretty
bad?
Fucking big, dude. It's like the size of that circle on that clock.
Was
It's
it like parakeet or robin?
Was it like a
What
hummingbird?
breed of bird was this feeder meant for?
It was a fucking eagle or a hawk.
No, man, it was a hole, and I wanted to see if my dick could fit in it, so I
See,
did.
That's one of those things. You're a teenager.
You have to try it
There's a
out.
hole, and you got to put your dick in that hole.
Yeah, man, and it wasn't
Just-
like I didn't fuck the bird feeder. I just wanted to see if my dick could fit in it and what it would feel like if my dick.
Flaccid.
Yeah,
Well, that's weird.
that's weird. You were just totally on board,
The
bro.
whole time this story is going on, I'm imagining you hard.
I'm not.
Why stick a flaccid dick in the hole?
Why would you say it like? Were you jerking off in AC's bathroom? What the fuck?
No,
man?
I was definitely not in there long enough. Okay, just saying. Also, my phone was down here. If I was jerking off, my phone would be right up out here. We watching it, you know what I'm saying? Going to town.
I do.
Sometimes
I know
you
what
gotta
you're
set the
saying.
phone
I
up
don't
on
like it.
something else. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like what you're saying.
I didn't ask if you liked it.
You keep asking if I know, and I know that I don't like it.
He's asking for
I
clarification.
know what it's like when a phone's set up against something and a video's playing. I've seen that before.
Now you're imagining you masturbating.
No! I
Got
was
him.
imagining a phone set up against something with video playing.
It's like that scene from Grandma's Boy when he jerks off to the fucking Tomb Raider toy.
Oh.
It's like, hey, you're a dirty girl. I can't stop coming. It feels so good.